Okay, here we are. We're back at the studio space again. So what we've been working on today is we had to go and find a couple of chairs. And that's actually harder than you think if you're looking for something that's affordable. So what we wound up doing, we went to several furniture stores. We looked at Target, Walmart, all those kind of places. What we wound up finding was actually at Marshall's. If you're familiar with Marshall's, it's kind of a sort of a discount store where they have one-offs or seconds or things that are kind of on closeout, but it's usually name brand stuff. So we found a couple chairs that we actually liked. I'll show you what those look like. So these are the chairs that we found, and they're in pretty good shape. They're nice and clean. They're kind of got a little bit of a curvature to them here, so they do kind of hug you a little bit when you're sitting. I got two of them so that we could use them interview style if there's a couple. They do have a couple of scuffs on the legs, so if you look down here, you'll see there's a couple of scuffs. We're going to touch this up with some touch-up paint. This is just a flat black, so it should be easy to touch up so it's not really going to show. Plus, no one's really going to see that when there's an interview going on anyway, but we'll touch that up. That's the only things that we really found wrong with them. So the price on those were $99 each, so you've got about $100 each tied up in the chairs. But you can't find anything really cheaper than that. We saw some for $150 to $200, but none that I liked actually as well as these. I think these colors are fairly neutral. I think they'll go pretty well overall. So the next thing we've done is we've got a black flat sheet, and I'll show you that. So we're kind of setting up this room. This is the doorway. So as you come in, here's those chairs I was just showing you. We're kind of setting this black sheet up. We've ironed it a little bit. We're going to kind of run a lint roller over it, and then we're going to iron some spots again. It's easy to put up. We're basically just putting it up with some black thumbtacks at the top. Just a flat sheet. It's a cheap way to put up not only a black background, which will pin tight and get rid of the wrinkles and lint off of it, but it also gives the ability to absorb a little bit of sound because it is cloth. We have a second one that we'll probably put on this wall over here. And so we'll just kind of get that going and see how that's going to look. That gives us the option to either use the flat side of this wall or a corner for an interview situation, which might work well too. We're going to try that out and see what it looks like. Okay, here's what we got so far. We've got two sheets up here. You saw us kind of stretching those. We've got the chairs. We've got this corner piece back here. We've got to go pick up a few things though. This overhead lighting in here is obviously really bright and harsh and won't be used, but we've got a chair, a little table, a plant, this corner piece back here with this little decorative pineapple looking thing. We have a second chair over here that we can move in when we're doing two people. We're going to get a twin size flat sheet to put down here on the bottom, and with some lighting, I really don't think we're going to see these inconsistencies in the sheet right here. It's not bad. There's just a few places where it looks a little wrinkled, and it'll kind of flatten out a little bit, but with this lighting is like the worst possible lighting you can have with these fluorescent tubes. So we'll work on that. But we do want to cover up back here a little bit because right back there you can see the carpet and the floor a little bit in the shot that we're thinking about doing. So anyway, that's where we're at. We're going to go and see if we can find some stuff. I'd like to have a light back there of some sort, even if it's color, a little bit of color or something back there in the back. I can also do some backlighting with a gel to give it some color. But overall, I really want to be able to have something back there to add some interest. We do have some other things we could put in there. We've got a bookcase and some other stuff, but we're going to look for a couple more items and then we'll come back to this. So here's kind of the setup we've got right now. We've got this bookcase over here. We've got one single chair, a little table that we can put some fresh flowers in possibly. We've got a nice little corner stand with an Edison bulb in it. Back here, I'm kind of backlighting this with a little bit of a blue gel over a light, over an LED light. I don't know if that's a keeper or not. This is the hair light that we've got, kind of shining over the back of the person. Right now I'm using this aperture light, but I have a better light and softbox coming for that as well. But in essence, I'll be able to show you from the GH5 what this kind of looks like with a person setting in an interview situation. Don't have the microphone set up yet, so just got to go with in-camera audio right now. So this is the basic setup that we have right now, and key light here, got a little light over the shoulder here, and the overhead light's turned off because that fluorescent is just way overpowering. We've got that blue light back here, the little soft glow of that. You probably see a little bit of that glow reflection here. I don't know how I feel about that or not. This table is a maybe stay, maybe go. We haven't decided yet. We're going to play around with that. So this would be kind of an example of the single chair setup. The interviewer would be sitting here, so this person would actually be talking in this direction in the interview process. So we've got a little bit of a soft light here. So I think it kind of works. We need something, we're going to find something to go on this shelf right here to kind of fill that in. This will give the interviewer the ability to sit there. We'll have one camera angle there, one camera angle off here to a little bit, coming from the darker side. And then maybe a third camera back just a little bit. So we'll have kind of a side, little bit of a profile, 45-degree shot. We'll have one that's a little bit wider, like what you're seeing right now, and then I'll have one that's in tighter on the person's face. So we'll have 3 different views that we can cut between during the interviews. We'll have a C-stand over here with a mic boom, with a Deity Pro hanging down here above them that'll be out of frame, capturing the audio. That way we don't have to use lavs. So we're doing probably 6 interviews in a row, kind of back to back, so they'll be able to come in and just sit down, get warmed up a little bit, loosened up a little bit, and then start their interview, and we won't have to mic everybody up independently or anything like that. So I think it's going to work okay. The black sheets actually look really good, I think. They make it all dark. We do have a flat black sheet, also twin size, to go back here to make sure that we don't see the floor behind it, but we'll see how we need that or not. So anyway, that's what we've been working on today. It's kind of setting this all up. I wanted to take you along, so appreciate you watching. See you again soon.